All right, we are live. My name is Rodney Jones, and or AKA Angus Black, either or we can go by. Just bear with me because I'm trying to send this link to someone. So just bear with me. We're gonna get into the whole sports thing in a few minutes. Thank you for joining me. My partner, the guy that normally had come up with the concept for the show, Mr. Mark Cunningham, will not be joining us tonight. He's just a little bit out of a little under the weather today. So I'll just say that. So he won't be joining us. So well wishes to him, and I hope that he feels better. And I think I have someone that wants to chime in on tonight's show. Let's see. There he is, my man, Sir Bernardo.
Mr. Jones.
How are you tonight, sir?
I can't complain, Rob.
All right, that's good, brother. That's good. Complaining, that's never a good thing. So that's beautiful. Hope all is well with you and your family.
Yes, sir. And you?
I'm doing all right, as you can see. Ha ha! Surprise! I finally decided to show my face. I said, "The hell with that! Hiding behind the in the paint logo." We're here. Thanks for joining me.
My earbuds ain't working.
Uh oh, that's a problem. Might have to that's a problem right there. We might have to do something about that. Might have to, where's your extra ones? Where's your extra pairs?
I don't know why it ain't kicking in. It's
Nah.
doing the thing, but that's all right. I'm in the garage, so
You're gonna be all right. You're gonna be all right. We're gonna welcome our other brother in, Mr. David Sanford. He's here. What's up, Dave?
What's up, brothers? How you doing?
We hanging, man. Everything is good so far. You know what I mean? We're just chilling. We're gonna get into some sports. We're gonna get into some life talk. You know what I'm saying? And that's how we do it here in the paint.
All right.
Here we go. Let's get this thing started first of all with spring training about what, a month away, roughly, a little bit more than a month away. Um, Going into the 2022 season, who is the better baseball team in New York? Is it the New York Yankees or is it the New York Mets? Now, when I had put this post out there, in regards to this topic, one person was like, "Are you seriously asking that?" Like, and I get it. I get it. I know the whole lore of the New York Yankees compared to the, maybe this will sound kind of rough, the buffoonery of the New York Mets. I get it, but I'm talking about going into this season. You understand? And this season alone. You know what I mean? I took a look at some of the stuff that the New York Mets, their moves and what, yeah, I kind of like it. Some people say, man, like Mark, he'll say, man, it's not that great. I kind of like what they're doing. They're trying to change that whole culture. And I see you, D. I'm gonna bring you in right now because I know you like talking baseball. D, your mic is live. Thanks for joining me and us. Welcome.
Gentlemen, hello. Happy New
All
Year
right.
to everyone.
Happy New
Thank
Year
you,
to you.
sir. Happy New Year, brother. I work with you. We already got that out the way.
Yeah.
No, we was talking about this baseball thing and who has the better team in 2022 going to the 22-22 season, the New York Mets or the New York Yankees. And I gotta be honest, I'm liking what I'm seeing over in Queens. I'm liking what I'm seeing. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I see some of these moves they've made. They brought on the hitting coach Eric Chavez, formerly of the Yankees. Okay. I just like some of these moves they're making, and I don't know. And also with Buck Showalter, a lot of people, some I had one, little debate with one guy talking about Buck Showalter, how he's not that good and he's barely over 500 as a career manager. But when he gets on board, he turns teams around. They become winning. They start playing competitive. They're not losing like they used to. So I have to respect that. You know what I'm saying? So I think this is the moves that they've been making so far this off season. It kind of adds up. I'm not saying it's a World Series. I'm not saying that. I think that they'll be more competitive than we've seen in recent years. So I'll just leave with that, and I'll jump back in and out.
Well, you know what? We gotta wait to see what happens after May 30th. Because after May 30th is usually when the Mets are done.
Wow. Yeah, that's yeah. I get what you're saying. I mean, that's been kind of a pattern. I get it, but
I
I
mean,
don't know, man.
they started the season off last season. What
Yeah, yeah, they was hot.
they,
They
3 months they was killing it.
yeah, and then after that, I
Yeah,
get I get your point. Oh,
day 91, it started going downhill.
right,
But you're right though. They made some good moves.
right,
I think they equaled themselves in talent in
hmm
the Yankees. To the Yankees, they
right,
both got their Cy Young winning aces.
hmm
I mean,
yes,
the Yankees bullpen may be a little bit better
okay,
right now,
okay,
but because but last year you gotta look at it this way. I think last year DJ had an off year because I think he was hurt all year.
it's a
Um,
possibility.
uh, uh, um, with Glaber Torres, he didn't
hmm
do shit.
Yeah,
He wasn't the guy he was before.
right.
Andujar never even got started. Clint
That's
Frazier, we don't have to even worry about him anymore. He's
e-
gone.
exactly.
But I mean, the Yankees got good production out of Judge. They got production out of Stanton.
hmm
So I mean, and who knows? Maybe Aaron Hicks will come back and play a full week and not die. We'll see. But I think that's Aaron Hicks was probably the key to the Yankees not being a good hit
hmm
the team offensive because once he went down, they had nobody to take
hmm
to play center field.
Right,
But I think the Mets might the way the Braves played last year. I don't know if the Mets can catch them this year.
right. No,
And
nobody's.
give him a couple of years because Buck, like you
Mhm.
said, Buck hasn't won anything, but he
Mhm.
doesn't. His teams get better and better
Mhm.
as he stays.
Right,
And
definitely.
Baltimore, I mean, what can you say about Baltimore? It's like Baltimore doesn't even try to win. They don't try to win except for when they play in the Yankees.
They're determined to be a flyover state. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? When it
so
comes
I
to
mean,
baseball, you know what I mean? It's just like, okay, forget about this. This town doesn't even exist. You know what I'm saying? So I know that's messed up, but I'm just saying,
yeah.
proof is in the pudding.
And
You know?
a lot of people don't give Buck the credit that he
hmm
deserves for starting that Yankee dynasty. Everybody gives it to Torrey, but
Right.
Buck started
Yes,
that whole thing.
this is true.
Buck brought
This is
all those
very true.
people in. So
hmm
we'll see. We'll have
Yep.
to see. Because like
Okay. Okay.
in New York, if you don't go to the World Series, it don't matter. So we'll see.
Pretty.
Let them make the playoffs first, and then we'll talk later.
Yeah. There you go, brother. Anybody else? Dom, David.
I'm gonna let Dom go, and then I'll save
Okay.
mine.
Okay.
The Yankees probably, excuse me, the Mets probably got the closest thing to Tom Thibodeau in baseball when they got Showalter.
Okay.
They get the most out of all his players. We've seen it, and like the young man said, he's built good teams.
Right.
Unfortunately, they fell apart due to money, and sad. But he's a good manager. Like he said, he built that
Mhm.
Yankee team.
Yeah.
Another year, he would have been on that run.
Exactly.
Let's just be honest.
hmm
All hail Joe Torre. He came into the right spot at the right time, i.e., a Phil Jackson. But as far as the Mets, I'm a Yankee fan, but I'm not a Yankee fan that hates the Mets.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm like you. If the Mets
Right.
are playing well,
Exactly.
I'm all for it.
I'll root for the Mets, whoever they're playing, except the Yankees.
Exactly.
I think in my heart of hearts, being a baseball guy, I think the Mets may be a better hitting team than the Yankees because the Yankees
Yeah.
get beyond that home run or bust. It hasn't worked. Everybody's onto it. And, the most electrifying thing the Yankees did last year was when Stanton went on their run. And he was hitting them moonshots from Boston to Connecticut.
Right.
But that's their makeup. Are they going
Right.
to change that makeup? I don't know. And like the young man said, Gleyber Torres, is that a hole that needs to be filled?
hmm
Do we move him back to second base, try to get a shortstop, move LeMahieu to third, or put LeMahieu back where he belongs and let Andujar play third? I still got faith in this kid, man. You can't tell me with the talent he had Should have been Rookie of the Year. Numbers don't lie. Voters lie with numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Should have been Rookie of the Year. You're going to tell me he fell off that fast, that hard, over one injury? I don't know. I'm not there to see it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just thinking, this guy had all the talent. He was better than Gleyber Torres, if you ask me, with consistency.
Yep.
The fact that he set the Yankee record for most extra base hits as a rookie, more than Joe DiMaggio, Mickey Mantle, all the legends. And all of a sudden, this guy became Amari Hardwick. He became Ghost.
Right.
What happened? Did it take that long? Meanwhile, you gave Clint Frazier 600,000 chances, but Andujar's lost in space. What? I don't know what happened.
That's crazy. That's crazy, Don. You know what I'm saying?
I think the Yankees still have one of the better bullpens. And in today's baseball, you need that because these guys ain't going more than 6 1/3, 7 innings. We're sitting there holding our breath thinking his arm is going to fall off.
Mm-hmm.
So the Yankees do have a good bullpen. But I like the Mets makeup, but my man nailed it. I was talking a lot of ish last year when the Mets were hot. I was talking Met fans on Twitter. All of a sudden, I don't know what happened. They just couldn't get out their own way. And let's keep one thing in mind, guys, when we talk baseball.
Mm-hmm.
Baseball is a rotating sport. We haven't had back-to-back champions. We haven't had one team totally being dominant. The Astros might be good. The Dodgers might be good. But if I'm not mistaken, the Yankees are still the last team to win back-to-back World Series. So in baseball, you have that chance. Yeah, the Braves were the talk of the town last year. Don't get me wrong. They had a great season. But are they going to do it again this year? Baseball says no. Not me. Baseball says no because we haven't had a back-to-back winner.
Right.
So I'm pulling for them, guys. Trust me. I like the Mets. They bring that extra added oomph to New York City because, especially you football fanatics after this year, we need 2 teams to be good at one time.
For sure.
I'm still waiting for the football season to start.
That being said, I'll let Dave, because he's the Met fan on the line, so we'll let Dave go in on them Mets.
All right. Well, I can't really answer that. I don't like answering those questions.
Okay.
In January, but it's a good question. It's a reasonable question. My issue that I have is going back to what you were saying about when you posted it in the group.
Mm-hmm.
Immediately, there's always that the Yankees are the beneficiaries of history, the Mets are the victims of it. And so whenever there is a conversation about a good Mets team, the fallback is always on, well, they're good in the beginning and then they fade. Yeah, that is a historical issue with them. But you can only win one championship a year. So the Yankees have 27 of them, and none of that is going to help them win a 28th this year. Every year starts, fresh. And so when we have these conversations about who has the better team, the fallback is always on history. But we're not talking about the past. We're talking about the present. We're talking about the future. And so it becomes frustrating from a Mets fan when we talk up our team. There's always the waiting for the other shoe to drop. And that's frustrating. Whereas if the Yankees have a down year, it's looked upon as, well, an abnormality based on their history. And this happened and that happened. Well, I'll be honest with you, stuff happened to the Mets too. But we don't get that benefit of the doubt. So being a Met fan, you definitely have that little brother syndrome. Where we're always chasing the ghosts of the Yankees.
Right.
And I'm not, last season, going into last season, I said I'm not rooting against the Yankees.
Mm-hmm.
I'm all with you, brothers. New York, I'm going for New York. But there is that feeling from Mets fans that where it's almost like you don't even have a right yet to talk up your team. Not with you guys, because you guys are more reasonable fans. But a lot of the issues that we have, and a lot of times, I see these debates on the group, is because people will say, well, typical Mets, and you have to deal with that. And
Right.
and so even if you have a legitimate team with a legitimate shot, you've got to battle the history. And so that's why a lot of Mets fans don't like to have these kind of conversations. When the Mets are good, they're very good. And I remember the days when the Mets were very good and the Yankees weren't.
Mm-hmm.
I will say this too. It's very interesting how the I don't want to say rivalry, because traditionally they really weren't rivals. But interleague play changed a lot of things, and Met fans had to deal with playing the Yankees regularly with interleague play, and I think all in all we've played pretty well against them. But that's when it really became you had to choose one or the other.
Mm-hmm.
And because Rodney, when we were kids,
Yes,
big fan. I was a big Reggie Jackson fan.
Me too.
Right.
Loved the
for sure.
those 1970s
Right.
Yankees. Had a full Yankee uniform, but I was a Mets fan. But
Right.
I loved those guys. Interleague changed that, and so it's nice to talk about. It's good barbershop talk. Who's better. I don't really like to have those conversations. I
Okay.
wish them both well,
Mm-hmm.
and the ultimate would be both teams make the playoffs, and who knows what happens after that. But I like this Mets team.
Mm-hmm.
I like the direction that they've gone in with management and leadership.
Mm-hmm.
To Dom's point, the adults in the room, I like that. So I'm very hopeful, but I'm not going to project them and say they're a championship team.
No.
But
No.
I think I think they have a good shot. I think that the NL East is going to be very competitive. Don't sleep on Florida either.
Hmm.
There's a lot of teams that could emerge out of that. Atlanta, everything went right for them after the
Mhm.
trade deadline, so it could happen, and who knows?
I hear you. I hear you. One thing I want to say in regards to the Yankees, I think it's a huge key was the acquisition of Joey Gallo. You understand? And he didn't fare too well. He had his moments in 2021 as a Yankee. Coming over from I think he came in from Texas or whatnot. I think this year with the amount of time under his belt in the Bronx, and maybe how he wasn't used to that type of atmosphere, that type of environment, I think with that, if he can come out and blossom, might be looking at a different Yankees team. You understand? Because you already have the cogs in Judge and Stanton. You know what I'm saying? And if you get a Joey Gallo's a beast. Let's not even deny that. When he is on, he's on. You understand? If the Yankees could get that type of production that he was putting out in Texas, honestly, this guy, he could just be like a game changer for this team. And I don't know. I'm just gonna throw it out there because again, you got Judge, you got Stanton, you got this one, you got that one, and for him to come there and be the game changer, to me, that says a lot.
I hate to say this, and
Come on, say it, brother. Come on, say it.
He fits the Yankee mold of home run or bust. I mean, this guy barely hit 200. He probably struck out more times than his batting average. Now, is that going to change? I don't know, because he did it in Texas before he came to the Yankees. He didn't have 200 strikeouts only on the Yankees. You know, remember, he came to the Yankees late. He probably had more strikeouts than Cole.
Right.
Now, if that could change, because I will give him this, he's a hell of a defensive outfielder.
Yes.
I will give him that. He adds that defense. Can they move him to center field and finally say, you know what, enough is enough, man. Stanton got to play the outfield. The guy stood healthy. He hits better when he plays in the field.
Exactly.
MVP the year before he came to the Yankees, playing right field. Now, what do? Him and left, Judge and right, Judge and center, him and right, Gallo and left. I don't know. But Gallo is a good defensive player. His offense, again, he fits the Yankees mold. He's like an inch above Sanchez. You know, home run or bust. I mean, I hate to say
I don't really. He strikes out a lot.
He struck out.
I feel you. He strikes out a lot. I get that.
I could see. Let me say this, Art. I could see if he struck out a lot, and he was at least hitting 240, 250. But look at his numbers. Did he even end up hitting 200 last year? I don't think so.
He probably didn't. He probably didn't, Dom. But I'm just saying, I don't think he was truly comfortable. You don't think that plays into it, or it doesn't?
But that's like saying he wasn't comfortable in Texas, because he played 75% of the year in Texas.
He did.
So that probably had 150 strikeouts before he came to the Yankees. I'm just saying, guys, I'm not knocking him. He's a Yankee. I got to ride with him. But this is what I said. This is how I started out with this. What I said, I think the Mets hitting could be better than the Yankees. The Yankees power, yeah, we'll give you that. We got probably 4 guys on our team that can hit 40 home runs, but can they hit 250?
Right.
I'm just saying. And Sanchez is still that elephant in the room. I hate to say that too, but, you know, as a Yankee fan, I got to be honest. I can't go back to the 27 World Series.
Right.
I can't do that. But that being said, it should be interesting. It should be.
I totally agree.
Trust me, I am. I don't know if I tried to put my little late brother's flag in the back. His "Let's Go Mets" dirty orange flag.
Right.
Damn.
Right. Yeah.
Wish him the best, man. Trust me.
Yeah, I feel you, man.
Again, I'm like Dave. When I was a kid, the Yankees sucked. So I remember Cleon Jones, Tommy Agee, Ed Charles. You know, I remember that run. Everybody getting off the bus, running home to catch the World Series. When it was on early enough for us kids to enjoy.
Right.
I remember them days. 1986. I told you the stories, guys. I'm waking up at 2:00 in the morning, watching the World Series. Let's go, Mets. Have my little 6-week-old son with me watching the game. I told him this morning. I didn't even know y'all was going to talk about this. We was talking. I said, Dominic, do you realize that you've seen probably the greatest comeback in World Series history? He said, oh, man, you're talking about when I was 6 weeks old. I said, the eyes were open. So,
right.
But it was the Mets. We're Yankee fans. We was in Germany. We had to represent our city.
Yeah.
Oh, man. But that's how I always felt, guys. I never found myself hating the Mets. Never. To this day. You know, like Dave said, interleague play. I think that's a little watered down now, guys. Let's be honest. Has the luster come off that? It's not interleague play no more.
Right.
Because of the way the teams are designed, you have to play so many games.
That's right.
Whether people realize it or not, every day there's an interleague game being played.
You're right. The novelty is definitely off of that.
For sure.
Chicago playing, Chicago, the Mets playing. But it's happening every day. If people are really watching every game, every week.
That's right.
There's a league game being played.
Yep. That's right.
I'm not going to deny this.
The luster has come off that, you know.
Yeah.
I'm proud of New York. They get a chance to get on the subway, bounce back and forth to each stadium. That's great. Don't get me wrong. I'm a New York guys, but the luster's off that. Let's just concentrate on the Mets, and the Yankees.
And that's it.
All that other hoopla, that's my guy. The luster's off that shit.
Yeah,
Sorry.
it is.
I don't know nobody's heart, but
it is what it is. Shit, it is
I
what
agree.
it is, man.
I agree. I mean, that was like 1997 was the first.
Shit, I don't even remember.
Yeah.
But what, 20 years ago?
Yeah.
You know, it really
25.
Yeah. And then when you look at it, you had let's say the White Sox and the Cubs.
Yeah.
But for 18 of those years, both of them sucked.
That's true.
I mean, really?
It's true. Yeah.
The Astros playing the Rangers. Who was really interested in that?
Nobody.
The only
Nobody
saved baseball. The only thing that saved baseball with the interleague play was the Yankees and the Mets.
That was about it. That was the most interesting one.
Come on, let's be honest. That was the only thing that really drew people's attention. The Yankees get to play the Mets. Subway Series.
Right.
And then ironically, they played the World Series against each other.
Yep.
So that added more to baseball.
Exactly. Well, look at what you did. The example you gave just a few moments ago, Dom. The Astros against the Rangers. Who's checking for that? Nobody's going to be checking for that.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Texas.
I mean,
Texas.
I mean, even they're like, okay, where's the Yankees and Mets? You know what I'm saying? They're saying
because you don't live next door. Astros fans and Rangers fans don't live next door to each other.
Right.
You know.
Texas. I was stationed in Texas twice.
Mm-hmm.
There's a hell of a distance between the Rangers and the Astros. You ain't getting on no subway.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
That ain't happening.
Exactly.
And at that time, when this started, both of those teams sucked.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I would almost say that if you check all the Sunday night baseball ratings, the highest ratings were always Yankees Mets.
Yeah.
Or Yankees Red Sox.
No, I'm talking about with
for interleague.
Interleague.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
That was the caveat. You know they was going to play a Sunday night, so ESPN could promote that.
Right.
And of course, I'm telling you guys, anywhere else in America, it ain't working. I mean, really, even
not
when
even
that good, it was still the biggest show in baseball.
Not even Dodgers, Angels. That's that's artificial. That's Hollywood.
Exactly.
Hollywood scripted that. That's not real.
Distance from I don't know where they play now. Anaheim. I think the Angels.
They're in Anaheim. Yeah.
That in LA.
What about the A's and the Giants? That might be a big market watch.
I was thinking about that.
That's probably the second biggest one.
But you know what?
But they're not natural rivals, though.
That's
from the World Series, they had that one World Series where the
earthquake.
Right.
It's a great point. If people, again, I love baseball. That would be what he said is a great point. But it would be even greater if everybody would stop looking at the A's like, oh, they're the A's. They're competitive as hell. But we look at them like, oh, the A's, they don't spend no money. But meanwhile, they're always in the hunt. And we're still looking at them like somebody's stepchild.
That's like Tampa Bay.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, again, they help their own cause.
Yes.
And in a stadium that the toilets are overflowing into the dugout, they're not helping their cause, promoting their own damn team. But that being said, they're always a good team. Again, my man brought up another good point. We all laughed at Tampa.
Yep.
We all did. Oh, Tampa Bay, Florida, indoors, hot as hell. But the Yankees could never beat them.
Yeah.
Think about that. It's been years that Tampa has owned the Yankees. Even when they weren't this good, they owned the Yankees. Playing in that artificial stadium. You know,
horrible stadium.
Horrible.
But
I mean, you don't think about their what do you call it, man? Their fan base. It's like damn near non-existent.
That's a Florida thing, Harv.
Yeah, that's a Florida thing.
You know, I guess so
agree.
because I'm like, damn, no wonder you can't get any kind of you can't but you can't get any juice generated.
No.
None. No type of excitement. And this is a very good team, a very competitive team.
There are more New York fans down there than there are.
Exactly.
Like when the Mets go to Miami, it's the same thing.
Atlanta was the best team in the 90s. Let's
Yep.
not kid ourselves. The Yankees World Series, but the Braves were the best team in the 90s. and they couldn't sell out World Series games.
Now look what our boys says. The White Sox and Cubs and Giants and A's were good matchups.
For a minute.
Okay.
You know what? See, here's my thing I say about that is going back to Don's point, Yankees, Mets, there are so many New Yorkers now that are all across the country, but they're still loyal to Yankees or Mets. So it's a national event, whereas nobody here is checking for Giants, A's, or White Sox, Cubs, because that's more regional. You know, I think in regards to, you know, which the matchup that really is the big one in interleague would be the Yankees Mets.
Right. It's the biggest market anyway. That's why it generates more attention.
Yeah.
Everybody hates us and everybody loves the Mets.
And what do they do? What do they do when they promote this? They show the subway.
They show the subway. Yep.
Right.
They show the 27 trophies. And, you know, it's so again, when you take out, as Dave would say, the region, and again, we probably would never know how it draws in said region.
Right.
We're talking nationally. We're not talking like, okay, if it was just New York City going bonkers over the Mets and Yankees, I would say, but it's not. It's not. Again, I always say numbers don't lie. I'm pretty sure every one of those Sunday night games are the top draw. And if you get MLB Network, you're watching it on MLB Network.
Yep.
And it's a good grab, but the luster is gone.
Yeah.
So let's just, you know, when the Mets play the Yankees, it's another game.
Yeah.
You know, we got the game and move on. Damn all that series nonsense. This ain't the 50s.
No.
Really something, you know.
Right. Yeah. The Subway Series was actually, you know, the World Series. You know,
they were playing each other in the World Series every other
year. Yeah, and so I agree. I mean, we had the Mayor's Trophies game. Remember the Mayor's Trophy game?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
I remember that. But,
I mean, they were just bragging rights, so they didn't count.
Right. Didn't even count on the record. I've been to
game.
Right.
Yeah, it was easier. Believe it or not, I grew up in the Bronx. I told you all the story. It was actually easier geographically where I'm from to get to Stadium than it was Yankee Stadium.
Yeah.
Because I had to take a bus, a train. Walk across the yard, this big old dump where Donald Trump has a golf course now, out by 30 Point. We used to walk across the dump, get on the Q44.
Yeah, the 44 all the way. Yeah. 44 goes from Jamaica Avenue to the Bronx Zoo.
I remember that ride exactly.
Yep.
You know, I went. Believe it or not, as a kid, I went to more Met games. Plus, the Mets always had the little ticket on the milk container.
Yeah.
Wow.
While you looking for your kid, you can find the ticket.
What?
There was sometimes.
Wow.
On the bus, depending on how crowded. Come on, guys, we're all from New York.
Yeah.
Right.
Go on the bus.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Door. Bus driver was in a good mood. And we went and got off the bus and walked to the stadium.
Yep.
Right.
Yankee Stadium was a pain in the ass when I was a kid to get to, man.
Yeah.
And I'm from the Bronx.
Right.
I just happen to live all the way on the other side of the Bronx.
Now, I don't know. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Dom.
No, I loved it. And you know what, Dave? You remember the Mayor's Trophy game didn't even count.
Nope.
It wasn't no win, loss, Holland. It was just, hey, let's get together.
It was just an exhibition game in the middle of the season.
Exactly.
On a Sunday afternoon.
Nobody cared.
I mean, I hope I ain't telling my age here, but
it's all good, man. Listen, I don't know which Facebook user put this out there. Thank you for listening, by the way. But your comment is think that Yankees should have considered trading for another above average pitcher, but this organization loves to gamble with average pitchers. What's some of your thoughts on this particular comment, guys?
I always say this, it's easier said than done. Like if Chandler was on the line, he'd be, you know, like y'all with Dolan, the boogeyman, Candyman. Like the Yankees ain't trying to get nobody.
Speaking of the back of milk cartons.
Yeah, there's only so many players
Right.
actually try to get. So again, going back to historical, the Yankees money, it's like every free agent's supposed to come to the Yankees.
Right.
I think we're past that too, ain't we, guys? I mean,
I
really?
think so. I think so.
Really?
Yeah.
Come on. It's a good quote from the young man, woman, whoever said it, but I think those days are gone, man. You
There's
know,
a lot of average pitchers anyway.
Yeah, look at what happened.
Yeah.
There's not that many high average above. All those guys are already taken.
Exactly.
And nobody. I mean, you don't really. How many people gonna want to dish out $300 million for 10 years for somebody who 4 years down the line starts throwing boogers? Who wants to do that?
Yeah.
It's like you said. It's a crapshoot now.
And that's a great point because remember, we all remember. Remember when the Yankees offered Cano the same amount of money as Seattle?
Yeah.
2 extra years.
Mm-hmm.
So he ran with that. But now what are people doing? They're like, these 10-year contracts are like,
yeah.
Maybe the Yankees open some kind of Pandora's box, but you notice people ain't doing that no more. So you can't think every free agent's coming to the Yankees. Again, if Chandler was on the line, he'd give us the conspiracy theory. The Yankees don't. I love Chandler. That's my boy. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
But he'd be sitting here yelling and screaming. Yankees don't want to do this. Don't want to do that. Like,
well, I mean, honestly, come on.
This ain't your father's Yankees.
Come on. Exactly.
I mean, the last couple of years they've been saving, they've been skimping on money and stuff.
Come on now, they've been skimping. Come on.
Skimping,
Stop it. Let's keep it real. Come on now.
Are they skimping or are people simply overpaying?
Well, they got guys that's coming up that's going to need that big contract because they got to figure out what to do with Judge. They got to figure out what to do with Stanton. They got to figure out what to do with Sanchez.
Right.
They got guys, and even now Severino. Severino should be coming back next year. They have a lot of guys. They got to get paid, or they're gonna let them loose.
Right. And then what do we say? Oh, the Yankees.
Yeah, exactly.
They don't play. They didn't want to pay them. I mean, there's only.
Well, you can't win. Bottom line. I mean, obviously, you can't win either way.
Bottom line. But you know what? Great thing with the Mets. They don't face that pressure. Ain't no Met fan running around saying we should have got Reggie Jackson and Bob Cousy. The Mets with who they give. I mean,
we got Steve Chilcott instead of Reggie Jackson.
I mean. Again, that's the luxury of being a Met fan. You sit back. Again, my brother.
Lowered expectations? I mean, if you've ever been a part of a Met fan chat group or so, Met fans are very hard on ownership and say we wanted everybody too.
Yeah, but the pressure of like a Chandler or an R. Where the Yankees got this humongous checkbook and Klay, the checkbook got to feed our players too. Nobody thinks about that. Oh, R's a free agent. Let's offer him $500 million for 6 years because
the only reason, and I can't speak for that guy because he's not here. Okay, I'm not speaking. Who knows? Hopefully he's alive. And that's all I'll say. I'll leave it at what? I'm just saying. I'll leave.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's the bare minimum. We hope. we hope he's doing well.
We hope he's doing well. Okay, I'll just say that. But I'm just saying at the same time, dude, we want them to get players that can help win. You understand? If there's somebody out there that can move the runners along, instead of waiting for the 3-run home run philosophy of Earl Weaver back in the day, they should be all in for that. I'm sorry.
I agree with that, Art.
They should be all in. Which
kind of makes you sound a little crazy because you're a big Gallo fan and he ain't moving no damn runners along.
I know. I mean, it's kind of like an oxymoron I just put out there. No, that's okay. That's okay. You can check me.
But you know what, Rodney, I agree with you. I think Gallo is going to be a better player this year.
I
Because
really
I
think
think
so.
I think he came
I
over
don't
to
think he
when
could
he
be a
came
worse
over.
player.
Well, yeah, he could be worse too, but I think he no. You know what it is? I think he came over in the middle of the season,
Mhm.
and he didn't really have he had to find his foot. You know, he got to get his
Right.
footing. So
Exactly.
what he gets now he'll have a full season, and we'll see what happens.
I think he's gonna be very productive. He's gonna open some eyes up. You know
And
what I'm saying, to the fans.
they should move him to right, put Judge in center, Stanton in left, and they'll be good to go.
Hmm.
And then you're not dependent on Hicks.
Right. Then you don't have to worry about Hicks.
Exactly.
Hicks could be the DH. He could platoon with Sanchez.
I like Hicks, but now he's become, the Porzingis of the Yankees. Is he gonna play?
The Saquon Barkley.
I thought he hurt.
Oh,
He didn't play the season. What the hell happened?
gee.
I think there's something. I didn't think he was that hurt. And we never saw him again.
I don't like Hicks, to tell you honestly. Look at what our co-host, the man that created the show, says. Mets have been full of BS. They pay what? They pay spend on what? All right, they spend on exactly. So I was like, what? They spend on BS, and the good players go when they spend money, or they spend big on one player and don't build properly around that guy. After 86, they tore it down for dumb reasons. I agree with that. They did tear it down for dumb reasons. That didn't make any sense,
But look, come on, guys. With no knock against Mark.
You've changed, Balloon Guy.
We're going back to 1986. I told the joke last week.
Right.
The blue ain't on the screen. But I thought it said something about who's going to be the better team in 2022. We ain't talking about 1986, man. Come on.
Yeah.
This last week with Candyman.
Yeah.
You know what, guys? Last week when we was doing that, I was so tempted to tell Chandler, I got a $300 damn iWatch. That shit says 2022. 2022. You're still talking about 30 years ago.
Man.
I love the way you put the things down there, but some of us don't pay attention to it. We're talking this year.
Some of us put the blue down there and then try to change it to something else.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's odd.
Hey man, come on! I gotta have fun with it somehow. Shit, I gotta have fun with it.
It was about who was it about? It was about Tibbs and who?
Rose.
It was Rose, and it wasn't about Dolan, but somehow it became about Dolan.
Right.
Well, that's the top. That's the top. I'm just saying.
And again, no knock against R. We love him.
Yeah.
He had to point out to you numerous times what the damn blue thing that you typed said.
That's right.
On the hot seat.
That's right.
I didn't see Dolan. I didn't see the Candy Man. I didn't see the Boogie Man. I saw
it's just generally known. It's that guy at the top.
I will say this, Dave. That might have been one of the funniest shows.
No, that was hilarious.
That was, you know how many times I played that over?
Oh, me too.
Hell yeah.
Me too.
Y'all had me cracking up. I was like, okay,
I
deserve it. I'll take it. I'll take it on the chin. You know what I'm saying?
You laughed. We all.
I had to.
Yeah.
It was funny. Like I said, y'all checked me, so I couldn't get mad. I had to laugh at it. I was like, yo, these guys are right.
If I had to give In the Paint an Emmy, it would have been for that show.
Oh, that's hilarious. That show was hilarious.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
Antonio Brown.
Hell yeah.
It just was great, man. Of course, I cut the football part off, but that was the most fun I've had, guys.
Well, come on. Let's switch it up. Let's go to another lane. We're gonna go in the lane of basketball, the NBA. Somebody returned after I think almost 2 years, or was it 2 years? Klay Thompson, welcome back to the Golden State Warriors. About time. This guy.
Yeah, I'm glad to see that.
Yeah, I was so glad just seeing the first game back, just the introduction when he was on that gave me like goosebumps. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna front.
Yeah. Did you see what Draymond did?
Nah, I didn't. What did he do?
So I just caught like the highlight, but Draymond is injured, but
Mm.
he suited up
Oh
and
wow.
was there for he wanted to be on the court when
Mhm.
Klay returned. So he suits up. They got him in the starting lineup. They do the tip, and
Mhm.
then he fouls the guy intentionally, and then
Mhm.
leaves the game. So he
Wow.
just wanted to be on the court to welcome
Nice.
his boy back, and rather than being on the sideline.
Dude, I didn't even see that.
Yeah,
You know
That
what
was
I
yeah.
mean?
That was
great.
a nice touch. Yeah, that
Yeah,
was a real nice
definitely, man.
touch.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And I gotta tell you, honestly, this is a scary team because now you're getting a two-way weapon back. You know, once he gets his footing, he had 17 in his debut this year. Well, you know what I'm saying? He had 17. And I gotta tell you, the boy looks good. He looks good. He's ready for this moment. And I think I'm not gonna say NBA championship, even though some people might think that and say that. But they're gonna make noise out there in the West.
Well,
You know?
your second favorite team gave them the business the other night.
Yes, they did. I was pissed off about that. I was like, I'm not even gonna go online today because no. Yeah, that took me off. I can't stand that. You know, he's talking about the Milwaukee Bucks. I hate those motherfreakers. I can't. I was like, yo, they blowing these guys out. I'm like, come on, y'all. Y'all gotta show and prove better than this against this team.
You
It
hate
was
them more than you hate them more than you hate the Chiefs.
it was an off night.
Oh,
It was an off night for Golden State.
oh, I don't know if you heard. Did you hear that?
Huh?
Nah, I said, do you hate them more than you hate the Chiefs?
That's a toss right there. That's a toss up. Because I can't stand either one of them. You know, I don't know who I hate more.
They've had a couple of ugly games, guys.
Yeah, they after that they've stumbled a bit.
Yeah,
That's okay. That's to be expected. This is a marathon. It's not no,
I will say this: they're going to be better.
Of course.
But I said it before the season started that the Suns were going back to the championship. Because
I can see it.
You take what the Suns did with that talent, that young talent, what better motivating factor at that young of a team could you have gotten going to the championship? Okay, they lost in 6. They were up 2-0, but every one of those guys got better. Ayton, Bridges, Cam, Johnson. You know, they got a hell of a bench, guys. They got guys on the bench starting on other teams. And they all came back. So I had them going to the championship before the season started, before Klay Thompson. I just think they're that much better. I don't think the Lakers are nowhere near that. They don't play no defense. They're using Russell Westbrook as the get out of jail free card. You got Sacramento scoring 130 points.
Yeah.
That's all on Russell Westbrook? Really? They got them. I said this earlier, guys. They have the best 2018 in 2022. If they were playing together back then, I would say, now, Anthony Davis, he is what he is, guys. I don't want to hear, Anthony Davis is coming back. He is what he is. He's soft. He don't want to play center. He don't want to deal with guys like Ayton, Joker. And that's the elephant in the room. That and they don't play no damn defense. It's not like they're the Golden State Warriors, where the Golden State Warriors were putting up 400 points.
Right.
Still a defensive team. You ain't got that kind of talent on that team. Come on, the Lakers are done. The Jazz are the Jazz until they do something worthy in the playoffs. So to me, it's Phoenix and Golden State. I'm going to ride with Phoenix. I mean, I love Thompson coming back. You know, it's great for the Golden State. But I still think the Suns are the team, guys. Oof, come on. And they've hit stumbling blocks. Ayton has been hurt, COVID. And they're still, you know, one of the best teams in the league. That ain't lightning in a bottle, man. They're well coached. We had this conversation, guys. Remember when Monty Williams first became their coach?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. If they get a point guard and they don't have to depend on Booker, and then all of a sudden, here comes Chris Paul, here comes Payton, here comes Bridges, here comes Johnson, there's Monty Williams, and all of a sudden they're in the damn finals.
Yeah.
A year and a half into this nonsense. Really? They're that good, guys. They're that good. And of course, before I go, the good thing, not go, but this, the good thing is Mikal Bridges, I don't have to worry about no more because Kevin Knox is no longer a Knick. I don't have to worry about neither of the Bridges no more. Michael Porter Jr., my dreams have come to fruition. He's gone. Now I can watch Mikal Bridges every night in Charlotte dunking on somebody and not say, fuck, Knicks took me. I don't have to watch Mikal Bridges and say, Michael Porter Jr. I don't got it. Now I can watch these guys and just say, wow, there's some good ball players. Okay. Now Atlanta got to say, we got Knox. I'm happy, guys. You know, the fuckery is over.
The fuckery is over.
Frank Miller's gone. Kevin Knox is gone. Porzingis is gone. Phil Jackson's a memory. And I'm happy.
You were the one that...
gone.
Yep. You were the one that put that out there, huh, Dom? That's right. I forgot.
Yes.
You said, what'd you say, the triple play? What was that?
Triple crown. We have completed the triple crown. With a bonus. Now we've had a coach for 2 years now. That shit ain't happened in 7 years. And we don't have Phil Jackson. And Kevin Knox, God bless you, young man. I love you. I have nothing but love for you. But you're gone. And I'm happy. The Knicks could have got Dave in the trade. And I would have been like, oh, I love that Dave guy. We did.
You know, the whole thing, this whole situation with Knox being gone, you know what? The only thing that really worried me, honestly, was what happened to all the I Love Knox t-shirts that they had when he first, came, got drafted by the Knicks and whatnot. What happened to all those t-shirts? That's all I want to know.
You know what, Art? And
I don't want to even say it. I'm not going to say it.
That's all I want to know. What
I'm just thinking
the whole surplus.
Some third world country is who is this Knox?
They went back to China. But you know,
I'm just saying.
That being said, I understand a lot of the Knicks fans thirst because they buy into, again, this is Phil Jackson talking, not me. When it was time to draft, this kid, Kevin Knox, seems like a good kid. Frank Ntilikina has a wingspan.
Right.
I mean, this is
Clip the wingspan.
Again, I would say the social media frenzy, because we love Phil, who hasn't done shit as a runner of an organization. He says, R's a good kid. Dave got a good wingspan, and all of a sudden, everybody falls in love with that.
You're right though. You're right. The people bought into the Zen master, and all you had to say is this kid is potty trained, and then everybody say, "Oh, we love him." You know, it's true.
I never used the phrase Zen master. I used to always say Zen dust because he was sprinkling that dust.
Yeah. Oh, he
hypnotizing people.
He was smoking it too.
You got that right.
Yeah.
You got that right. Smoking that.
He set a Knick record for losses in a season 2 times. 65 losses 2 times.
Yeah.
6 coaches.
Yeah.
Coaches, bogus draft picks, but he kept sprinkling that dust. And you know, guys, the Frank Ntilikina thing, I've never in my life seen anything like this. Here's a guy that's averaging 3 points a night for 3 years. And he's the next Walt Frazier.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
I could never understand that one, guys. I don't know what it was.
He was
has some spell on him.
Well, you forget he was the master of the triple single digit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He was the master of that. Yeah.
4 years, 3 points a night.
You know what I mean?
It was every coach's fault. And that used to annoy me. That Dave would say, well, you know the coach ain't. And then Don would say, man, I would believe what you're saying, Dave, if it was one coach over 3 years. But he had 3 different coaches. And 3 coaches saw the same thing. Now, mind you, They weren't the 3 greatest coaches,
Mm-hmm.
but you had 3 different coaches looking at Dave saying, 3 different coaches looking at Knox saying,
Yeah.
and then Jackson.
Speak a little
Exactly.
dust on it.
But it's over, guys. It's over.
Yeah.
Now I like this kid. I like this kid on the Knicks.
Cool.
I don't. I take him over Cam
yeah.
Reddish. I would take him over Knox any day of the week. You know what I'm saying? And our boy, Sir Cunningham, like he said, Cam is okay as depth, length, and some shooting. He isn't the second coming of Dr. J. Knicks right now are still a bubble 8th seed.
I'll tell you right now, Mr. Cunningham, when it's all said and done, the Knicks will be the 6th seed.
Uh-oh.
Telling
Really?
you right. The night the Knicks traded for Cam Reddish, I was doing the Bleed Blue show.
Yes.
And I said, man, if the Knicks could get rid of Knox and get Cam Reddish, because I knew Cam Reddish was on the block, I said, if they could get Cam Reddish, man, Cam Reddish could play on one leg and be better than Kevin Knox. Wake up next morning, Knicks traded for Reddish. I had these guys texting me, damn, Dom, did you know? I was just throwing that out there. Maybe because I just wanted Knox off the team. I could care if they got Dwayne and Dave. I just wanted him gone. We happened to get a very good ball player. And I went back and forth with Mark. It's low risk, high reward. Because if he don't fit in, we don't re-sign him. Now, if Cam Reddish is smart, you come, you ball out, you take the Knicks contract that they're going to offer you and work on your next contract because you missed too much of this contract. First, they didn't play him. Then he got hurt. Then they played him. So if you're a smart young man at 21, 22 years old,
he's young.
Out the contract after this. Not now. Don't be thinking you're going to get $25 million.
Right.
And you've played, 10 minutes. I like the kid. Don't get me wrong. Again, I'm a college basketball fan. He was the shooter on Duke.
Yep.
Not R.J. Barrett.
Yep.
No.
Zion Williamson. Not the point guard Young. It was Cam Reddish. That was the perimeter shooter. And he goes to the basket.
Right.
So, and I didn't realize this as much as I watched him. He's 6'6", 6'8". He got a wingspan. Kent Tibbs getting his head to play defense. That remains to be seen. But I'll tell you what, sheer talent at that age, the Knicks stole him.
I gotta tell you, he impressed me in the time on the court, during the playoffs against the Knicks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, wow. I said, who the hell is this guy? You know what I'm saying?
At that time, he was coming back from an injury.
Right.
That's right.
Exactly. And he impressed me. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, wow, why can't matter of fact, I said, why can't the Knicks get somebody like this?
And they did.
And it's last year.
And now they're going to try to pull Zion away from the dinner table.
That'll be the biggest mistake.
That would be like, don't do it. Don't do it.
Don't do that.
Wait till he discovers New York pizza.
Exactly. Don't even put that in the universe, dude. Seriously. Don't even put it out there in the universe, bro.
I always go back to, remember the conversations we had?
Oh, yeah.
Conversations we had when we heard Zion was going to New Orleans and we were talking about the food.
Yep.
That wasn't the place for him.
No.
He should have, I don't know where. Maybe Boston. He could have just ate baked beans or some shit. But no, that wasn't going to work. This guy looks like the Michelin Man.
Oh, man, please.
He hasn't played in, 3 years?
It's a doughboy.
Yeah. And the Knicks, there we go again, though, guys. Twitter.
Yeah.
And, we got Reddish. Now we're going to get Zion. The dude hasn't played in a month of Sundays.
That just gave me a headache.
Instead of them saying, like I will say now, I love the acquisition of Reddish, but the elephant in the room is still the elephant in the room, and that's a point guard.
Yep.
Right.
So
you're right.
If I could do a Nostradamus one more time,
right,
and the Knicks pull off a deal to get that Kevin Porter kid from Houston, then I might say we're doing something.
Right.
With this clown.
your boy, he got the Twitter fingers today. You know what I'm saying? Since he can't be on the show, he got he got the damn Twitter fingers going, man. It's all good. You know, he says if he plays well, the market will bear what he will get on his next contract because GMs are trying to catch lightning in a bottle so he could be overpaid by the Knicks.
No, them days are over, guys. I guess Mark missed last week's show.
Yeah, I guess.
Those days are over. Again, if Cam Reddish is smart, he come, ball out, be the best he can be. See if the Knicks want to re-sign him. Because guess what? Atlanta wasn't. Hence the reason they let him go. Atlanta will be the first ones to tell you. Matter of fact, their GM did say he made a mistake. He made a mistake spending the money and trying to bring all these pieces back. And the odd man out was Cam Reddish.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
correct me if I'm wrong. Don't the Knicks play in Atlanta tomorrow night?
Yeah. Martin Luther King. Yeah. MLK.
Oh, yes. Yes,
sir. And you know what? Again, guys, though Atlanta beat the Knicks in the playoffs, the Knicks beat them 3 straight games last year in the regular season. Unless we're some morons and we didn't figure out that Atlanta really caught lightning in a bottle.
Yeah.
Going to the conference finals. Come on, guys. We knew they weren't that good. And that's what makes me think the Knicks will be the 6th seed. I like Cleveland. They're playing very well. But I don't think they could withstand this. They're 2 years ahead of where they're going to be. They're a very good team, and they're going to get better. They got a lot of young players. They're going with the 3 Twin Towers, and they're very successful so far. But I will say this. With all the riffraff we heard about the Knicks this year, after 42 games, we're exactly where we were last year at 21 and 21.
Oh, so that means Julius Randle is going to wake up.
Well, we hope.
Yeah, we hope.
We do. Now,
leave him alone.
With adding Cam
Why?
Reddish,
He's not doing anything.
Yeah,
literally.
With adding Cam Reddish, and now you have another option to kick that ball out to somebody. If he avoids that now, I'm a Randle fan. I like Randle. He gave us some respectability. But if he can't do it now, because think about it, guys. I'm not defending his poor play. Who's he throwing the ball out to now? Fournier? You crossing your fingers. I don't care how many hot games he's had. You see Fournier shoot, you're like this. RJ Barrett, you're like, who does he really have on the perimeter that could really knock down shots? We gave up Bullock to get Fournier.
But whose fault is that? Whose fault is that?
Dolan.
Leon Rose's fault.
Right out the tree. You got Dolan, and then you got Leon Rose.
I threw that in there for you, I threw that in there for you,
Worldwide West. Thank you very much, David.
No, not tonight. Sometimes you got to bear the fruits of your poor labor. That's all. He made a mistake, and right now we're owning it. I mean, you can't tell me. I don't care what you say about Dolan, the boogeyman, Candyman, all this shit.
I wasn't really alluding to Dolan, but David, thanks to David, he brought it out there. I was talking about my man Leon Rose and Worldwide West.
Right. They and right now, I will say this. Is this oops on Leon Rose's and Worldwide West's part? Oops. All of a sudden, we land Cam Reddish. Should we have gotten Cam Reddish before Fournier? Should we have kept Bullock, saved the money, and got Cam Reddish?
That makes more sense. That makes more sense.
You went and got a point guard that had one foot on the banana peel and the other one out the door. And you and Reggie and the rest of the conspiracy, X-File, Boogeyman, blaming Dolan. Dolan didn't go find them clowns.
You know what? I meant to say this the last time. I didn't get a chance to say it. Okay. You know what? Give me 1 second. I'm going to break this down real quick. Okay. Now, hold up for a second. Now, so this is totally out of the question. What I'm about to put out there cannot happen. So let's see. You got a guy named Guitar Jimmy Dolan. Okay. You know, he is winning by selling out the Garden, having endless. Wait. endless amount of subscribers to Cablevision, which he owns. Okay, he's winning. I don't have to spend any money on premium free agents like that because I'm already taking money hand over fist. Why would I spend what's in my coffers when people are coming anyway? Now, you see people upset. You get rid of Jackson. You bring on these guys. Oh, there it is. Hope springs eternal once again. You know what I'm saying? You bring in a guy that has no experience as a GM. He's a great agent. Okay, you bring in Worldwide West, another guy with no experience, but he's got connections to players. These two got connections to players, and you hatch another plan. You hatch another freaking. But this is out of question. This is totally. I'm making up like a nighttime soap opera like Dynasty. This is totally out of question. This can't happen. No.
I don't know. It sounds like conspiracy theory.
Oh my God! Really? Come on! Come on!
It's like the X-Files. Come on.
Oh Jesus!
Candyman. I dare you to say that 3 times.
But did he not do this repeatedly before in the past? I just don't understand why you guys can't accept this. I just don't get it.
There comes a time where you really got to sit back, let your anger go, and say, you know what? These guys took the job.
Under certain conditions, exactly.
No,
let me lay this out, and this is why you could get the job. I want you to not do this, not do that. He had to sit down and talk to them, did he not?
No, stop.
Oh, no? So these guys joined the organization without the owner speaking to them at all.
Here's the funny thing, Art. You ain't heard a word from Dolan in 2.5 years.
I wonder why that is.
Because he thinks he's got the right people in place. And so far, so good.
But you said that he didn't even speak to these two guys.
I didn't say that. I'm saying he hasn't spoke. You haven't heard a peep out of Dolan in almost 2.5 years.
All I'm saying is Dolan has laid out a plan involving these two guys. Why bring Kemba Walker here?
Well, again, that was a
Why bring Evan Fournier? I'm sure there was other options out there in free agency, in the trade market to be had that were better options than these guys. Who orchestrated this?
That's a Leon
Rose and Worldwide West. Come on.
We know that.
We said that last week.
You guys and your X-File theory and the boogeyman coming out the closet was on Dolan. That wasn't
right.
The question.
That was. I want you to spend the same amount of time you did coming up with this theory on Google Maps, so that you could answer the question I asked you last week.
And I still don't know how to get there. I don't care.
Flatbush in Atlanta.
And here's the
fourth train. The fourth train.
I sent you a picture.
And some walking. The fourth train and a little bit of walking. That's how.
Here's the funny thing, with all your conspiracy theories, we went from a 17-win team to a 4th seed in a blink of an eye with new leadership. Did they touch every base? No. Do they have bases unchecked? Yes. But at least you can see a little light now. You don't see Phil Jackson sitting in the 8th row with his hands on his arm looking like you don't see Fizdale on the sideline in the B-boy stance. We're down by 30. He's gapping the other kids. You don't see no more. See that?
Wow. Wow.
Just be honest. Take your anger hat off. Or when we get off the line, call Chandler so y'all can have a bit of beer contest.
Whatever.
Change. Everybody's not fortunate to get a Durant, Kyrie, Harden, all of these other pieces together. So what they did in a matter of 2 years, not even 2 years, it's got to be semi-commendable from whence they came. Remember, when they came to this garbage, the Knicks were in the basement. Really? Ain't made the playoffs in 8 years. and all of a sudden you're a 4th seed, you got something to build on. You don't see none of that. No, you don't. Because you, Reggie, Chandler, y'all are too busy chasing the boogeyman. Leave him alone. Dolan ain't bothering you, are?
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. He is bothering me.
I think Rodney wants everybody to jump ship and go to the Nets.
Yeah, he does.
What did Mark say now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'll show you. He said Dolan has always injected himself. Whoever he's had under him, he was quiet during the Phil Jackson run, and that was was what Rose is established himself and running it solid.
Thank you. Thank you. So let's ride this wave.
I don't necessarily agree with that, but okay.
Oh, you're just a bitter man.
Yes, yes, I am. I will admit that.
Oh,
very bitter.
Jump ship. So if anybody should be angry on this line, it should be me and Dave. We should be throwing boogeyman theories and all this garbage out there. We should be.
No, you guys.
You already jumped ship.
You guys love the punishment. You guys love the abuse. Okay, that's just what it is.
Look, I'm a Mets and a Jets fan. So
me too.
Yeah. So you guys. You guys are in an abusive relationship with this team. That's just what it is.
Y'all should just do what Rodney did. Go join the Nets and the Bills.
There you go. I'm much happier. Not that much happier.
Look,
I'm happier.
I've been to more Nets games than Rodney has.
Yeah, you're right.
You may have been. You haven't seen more than me. I've viewed it on TV.
Okay, well, that's the only way you can find them.
But again, all that being said,
wow.
New York Knicks acquire Atlanta Hawks shooting guard, small forward Cam Reddish. What are we giving? A thumbs up, a thumbs down, or are we going to be stuck on the boogeyman?
No, I give it. I'm on record. I love the move. I think that's great.
So thumbs up for me, thumbs down for Randall.
I agree with Dominic. They got rid of Kevin Knox. That's all that matters.
That's all that matters. Exactly. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I said for 2 years, if the Knicks would have traded him for a bag of Lendel's bagels, not even
damn.
I would have been happy.
Wow.
Just get rid of him. Again, you're not playing him.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. You're right.
He showed no motor.
No.
So, but some Knicks fans were like, "Oh man, you see him hit them 2 3-pointers? Yeah, we were down by 20. There was 2 minutes left in the game, and he hit 2 3-pointers."
Right.
Answer your watch. I know that's Chandler texting you.
That's not that guy. Can't text me. You know what I'm saying? We're beefing right now.
yeah, they had a bad little breakup the other
day. Yeah. We're beefing.
You and Chandler?
Yeah.
We're beefing right now. You know,
you gotta be easy on him.
Well, no. You know what? I wasn't gonna get into this, but the hell with it. Okay, and he could be watching. I don't care. Okay.
We missed you, Chandler, and you don't.
Yeah.
Some of us do. Anyway. No, I'm just saying. See, here's the thing. If you know me, you could pretty much read my mood by text. If I say, "Are you sure you want this?" And yes, I have a bit. I could be an asshole, and I could go for the low blow, and I do because I'm lowbrow like that. If I say, "Are you sure you want me to continue this?" Right there, you should say, "Hey, I'm a smart fucking guy. Let me chill the fuck out and leave this guy alone." If you keep wanting to proceed further and further, and I even said this is not going to end well for you, leave. It's not going to end well. And that's what happened. It didn't end well. And I'll just leave it there.
I will say this. There's times that we do this texting.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all are joking or y'all are in the back loading your 9mm. I'm like, take this.
You know what I mean?
My pistol's clean, but I don't know where. And you know what's weird though? A lot of times y'all be beefing, and sometime during the day he'll call me. He won't even talk to about that. We'll just talk and
Right,
blah blah.
right,
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
right. But I'm just like, dude.
But here's the thing: Dom starts it off with something nice and inspirational,
Right.
and then next thing you know, the shots start getting fired all over the place.
And he's the one. He's the one firing the shots. I'm like, I'm innocent in this. I'm like, why? Why do you want to start me up?
And have y'all noticed? I put out those little uplifting quotes early.
Yes.
In the morning.
Oh, very
Yes.
yes.
Hey, let's calm the wave.
Let's set the tone for the day.
But I'm just like this. I'm like freaking Switzerland. I'm like, I'm not bothering nobody.
Oh.
Nobody. Nobody.
Why
And then here we go. I'm like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about, dude?
Another reason I do that early in the morning because I'm thinking, damn, he stays up all night.
Yeah.
Right.
He might not catch the
right.
But then when he wakes up, there y'all go. I'm like,
yeah, because he's the one starting it. And
there
I'm
we
like,
go. I'm like, damn.
And I don't be knowing if y'all are joking or because it's hard to.
Honestly, at first I was joking, but then I'm like, dude, you want to talk about? Oh, listen, this is ridiculous. My hatred towards women, and but I'm like, whoa. I'm like, okay, now you're going low. You understand? So now, guess what? I'm gonna fucking join you, and I'm gonna hit you below the belt multiple times. I'm gonna give you chair shots from WWE, AEW, whatever. I'm gonna hit you hard and low as I can. Yeah, that's right. You want to drag me to the gutter? Well, fuck it. I'm there. Okay.
Oh, all right. So what's next on the agenda?
Yes, I'm sorry. Let me.
Now that we got that out of the way.
Right.
Yeah, now we got that out the way. Okay, all that shit is off my chest. Let's go into the.
Yeah.
Let's go to the lane of the NFL. We're gonna do the NFL's Black Monday.
And this is where Dom checks out.
I'll hang out for a minute.
Okay.
Hang out for a minute.
I need somebody else to be as ignorant about the NFL as I am. So
Jesus, wow. Okay. But you gotta talk about this.
I like the team with the pretty helmets.
I like
you guys. You guys cracked me up. I saw we had so many changes. You know what I'm saying? And it was just crazy, man. You know, and I think the biggest surprise was the Dolphins' Brian Flores getting canned. You know, this guy, and he and amazingly, he's a candidate for the head coach of the Giants. You know, I think he's like the number one target for the Giants.
Yeah, that was a surprise. Once I found out who he was, I was very surprised.
Right. You know what I mean? Because he had the Miami Dolphins playing very well.
Yeah.
I think they
were doing well.
I thought they had like a 6 or 7 game winning streak at some point later in the season. You know?
Again, me not being a football junkie, but I do watch.
Okay.
I think the Dolphins' biggest problem was that Sua, Balua, whatever, the whole alphabet on the back. I think that was probably their biggest issue. I mean,
for sure.
Again, I heard that this guy Flores, is that his name, Flores, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Brian Flores.
Were interested in him.
Mm-hmm.
So
you got the Bears, you got the Giants. I think even I think the Texans as well. Stay away from that organization.
Yeah, the Texans. Yep.
Yeah, stay away from that organization. You know, you could do better with.
Yeah,
I think Chicago. I think with Chicago, I don't know about the Giants. I think Chicago has more talent on both sides of the ball. If I'm not mistaken, I like to believe that than the Giants do. So if it was up to me, I should go to Chicago more so than the Giants.
There's some high school teams that have more talent on both sides of the ball.
Well, yeah, you got that right. You ain't never lied.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a. I mean, I got to give the Giants credit that they finally waved the white flag and said, you know what, we got to reboot this. We got to do something. Everybody got to go. And I mean, to the fans, well, it's football. Fans and football are crazy anyway.
Right.
But at least you're telling Dave, hey, what did their owners say? This is the worst we've ever been. Some crazy.
Something like that. It was ridiculous.
You wave the white flag, and that means you're gonna tell Giant fans, this is going to be a good 3 years, maybe more. You know, something the Jets really don't do. And I'm a Jets fan.
Yeah.
The Jets, they unintentionally wave the white flag, but not really wave the white flag. They want to dangle, you know, we got the most salary cap money every year.
Yeah.
And we're in the same boat we're in every year.
Right.
At least with the Giants, you know, I don't hate the Giants. I'm a Jets fan. I don't hate the Giants.
Okay.
But the only problem I ever had with the Giants, of course, being a Penn State guy, is I had a feeling they were going to waste my boys' best years. And so far, so good.
Yeah.
They basically wasted Saquon Barkley's first.
Well, he's been hurt, though. He's been hurt, so he's basically wasted his own time.
But even without him being hurt, Wayne, they overused him on a team that wasn't going nowhere. You know, I could say the same thing about the team I see every Sunday, McCaffrey. One of the best players in the NFL. Best two-way players in the league. You know,
for sure.
Runner. But because Carolina wasn't going nowhere, they kept feeding him, and he kept getting hurt. Just like Barkley. You know, Barkley never had a problem at Penn State. I mean, I know it was college, but remember, unless y'all didn't watch him, again, I'm a Penn State guy.
Okay.
He back kicks. And he survived. He goes to the Giants with their weak offensive line and their revolving door quarterback coach shit. This poor kid's first few years in the league have been wasted.
Yeah. I can't argue with that.
No, and the sad shit is the running backs, the shelf life of an NFL running back isn't long.
Drops.
Exactly.
We had that conversation. Remember?
You know what I mean? Yep. Indeed.
I told my friend Steve, I said, Steve, I like that the Giants picked at Barkley, but I don't think he's going to last on that team. What do you mean? You're the Giants fan. Who else do they have? He just got abused. I mean, yes, he got hurt, but why did he get hurt? You know, some accidents are freak accidents. We understand that. But then again, when you're coming back from an injury and you're still the guy we want to, you know, run into the ground, I don't know. Maybe I just have a soft spot for Barkley because, you know, I am a
Penn State guy.
You know, I just seen this coming, man. I was hoping, as much as I like the Giants, I was hoping he didn't go to the Giants. I was like, please don't let Barkley go to the Giants.
Right.
And the Giants. I was like, and that's before they had Danny Dimes, remember?
Oh, please.
I don't even know who the hell back was. Oh, Eli,
Eli was there.
Yeah. When he first came in the league. And, I feel sorry for him. I hope he survives. But then again, if the Giants are waving the white flag and telling us this, that, and the other thing, where does Barkley stand?
And speaking of
Mark has a comment here.
Yeah, speaking of Barkley, Mr. Cunningham, Giants didn't overuse Barkley. Penn State overused him. His overall wear tears from Penn State. His injuries were freak injuries. Now, the injuries were freak injuries. I will definitely say that. I didn't watch this guy in college. I don't know if he was overused like that by Penn State, Mark. I mean, you could be correct. I'm not 100% sure. Maybe Dom would know because again, you're a Penn State guy. You watched
every one of their games. First of all, to say something like that, hopefully Mark watched all the Penn State games and not just piggybacked off of what I said. He was running back kicks. But that being said, common sense tells you they play a hell of a lot less college games than they do NFL games. That's number one. The hitting is different. The speed is different. I get all of that. I do. My only contest was I was afraid this was going to happen to him on the Giants. I mean, I knew he couldn't stay in Penn State forever. But I seen this coming because the team was in turmoil. Remember, guys, we're talking about Eli Manning, who, again, had one foot on the banana peel, the other one out the door, and you're trying to showcase this Barkley kid, and coincidentally, he gets hurt, and he comes back from an injury, and I wish him the best. I don't want to say this is it for him, but again, the shelf life of running backs is what, 3.5 to 5 years.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yep.
Really. And you had a great opportunity with this kid because you didn't just have to feature him as a running back. He's a hell of a receiver. He comes out that backfield. He was quick as hell, had some power. And now he's, again, on a team that waved the white flag. So what does he do now? What do they do with him now? Actually, that's the better question. But I don't want to see his career end like this. Not this early.
No. This is the third season. Also, I want to just go back and as far as like you got rid of. Well, you didn't get rid of him. He mutually decided to leave the ex GM Gettleman. Then you followed that up by firing Judge. This reboot isn't going to be complete until you get rid of Jones. And maybe that's a little harsh because you could always have him as a backup. I don't even want the guy here as a backup, to be perfectly honest. I really don't want him here as a backup. Get rid of his ass. Jettison his ass off the roster. Get rid of him. Period. You understand? You got 2 first-round picks, top 10. I think they're picking 5th and 7th, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's time. It's time. So, I don't know. Mm-hmm.
Do you go after a quarterback and then?
Well, if not with the 5th or 7th, and if you can't, I mean, I know there was talk earlier, but Seattle did that. You know about offering the 2 picks to Seattle for Russell Wilson, but they deaded that supposedly. I don't know.
They might have had a chance offering those picks and get Watson. What's happening with this young man?
Yeah, nobody's talking about
it. We talked a lot about that before the season started. Now I haven't heard anything.
But now nothing. You barely hear about this guy. You know what I'm saying?
I know. He's like, I'm looking for him on Power. I mean, I don't know, but it's just weird that, I mean, I understand he stepped on it, but, you know, do we punish him for life, especially when there's never been no closure to this?
No.
So basically stymieing a guy's career, his finances, for something we never move forward on. I'm not saying if he did something wrong, just shovel it under the rug, but I mean, come on, guys. We get some closure. Can this guy move on with his life? I couldn't see offering 2 picks for Russell Wilson. He's got a lot of wear and tear on him.
For sure.
Come to a team like the Giants, man, I don't know where that path comes from, but
right.
Well,
Now,
how about
Deshaun?
Yeah, how about well, I know Jameis Winston is out there. How about get Jameis Winston and just take your 2 picks and then try to offer somebody, try to do something else with that. I mean, Jameis Winston and Deshaun Watson is pretty much the same, you know. Think about it. It's pretty much the same.
Injury too.
Yeah, so just take, you know what? Just take your picks. I mean, there's only one quarterback in the top 10, and I'm pretty sure who's Jacksonville is going to take him. Whoever's number 1.
Jacksonville has the number 1 pick again. Overall pick.
They're going to take a quarterback,
but they got what you call?
They got Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
You know the pretty boy.
He's too busy trying to catch sandwiches in commercials.
Yeah, I'm about to say the pretty boy from Subway's commercials.
But
the Giants should get at least try to get a lineman and try to get a pass rusher in the first, and with those 2 picks, because it's the top 10 is going to be some pretty good players in the top 10.
Okay.
You think Jacksonville will trade those picks?
What, for number 1 for the 2 for the Giants 2 picks?
Yeah, because they don't need a quarterback.
They're going to need a quarterback at some point.
Who's the quarterback coming out? That's going to be
There isn't anybody really.
Yeah,
this is not a big quarterback year.
Right.
But I know there's a quarterback coming out, but I don't know what his name is.
The kid from Georgia is not coming out, is he?
No.
Let's see. Mark says Ghetto Dumb needs to go. Judge was a bad hire. You don't hire a special teams coach to be the head coach. Danny Pennies is a bum. He was a bad pick. Nobody's gonna pick him. Pennies should be finished out his rookie deal. There are no quarterbacks in this draft. Pennies, you see what he has with a new coach and a fixed O-line. So So are you saying, Mark, that you are keeping pennies? You see what he has with a new coach and a fixed O-line? But
Not
so
a
he
bad
keep
idea. Not a bad idea because you ain't going nowhere.
mm-hmm.
Unless, like Dwayne said, that wasn't a bad idea. See where Winston stands after this knee injury? Maybe, possibly. I mean, let's be honest, guys. The Giants could draft Johnny Unitas in his prime.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, I don't think any quarterback is going to be a good fit on that team. No,
Right.
no,
Especially with that O-line.
But where are they going, guys? I mean, you might as well. That's a good idea. I hate to agree with Mark, but that's a good idea. Let him ride out his contract unless you could get somebody. But even if you get somebody like a Jameis Winston, who's he throwing the ball to? Is your offensive line fixed? We already know Jameis Winston ain't the greatest decision maker. So you give him a little pressure. His decision making goes down a couple of notches. And you got Danny Dimes 2.0. I like Winston. Don't get me wrong. He got a hell of an arm. But again, his decision making is a little shady. It's just, you know, it's odd. I don't think nobody's ever led the league in touchdowns and interceptions. He happens to hold that distinctive honor, but hey, you know, it is what it is. I mean,
Right.
Who are they going to get?
At least bring in a decent quarterback, a veteran that could teach him some stuff, something.
Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Yeah. No joke, really.
Don't get Mark started on that.
At this point, I'll take Nick Foles, man. I'm sorry.
Right.
Because Glennon and Fromm, that was not even a.
No. I will admit, I was high because I live in Carolina, and y'all know I've been a Cam guy from day one. I was on that little wagon. Oh, I'm back, you know, Superman. Sometimes it just don't work out, guys.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Think the wheels have finally come off that bus. Hopefully he could accept that, move on, maybe be a mentor on some team, maybe. But as far as his, I don't even know if a backup role at this point would help.
Yeah.
I hate to say that. I love the guy, man. He's been great. You know, did a lot in the city of Charlotte, but his days are behind him. So before anybody thinks the Giants should go get Cam Newton, let me give you a disclaimer.
Oh, Lord.
May not be a good idea. I'm just saying.
I can just see that shit on Twitter right now. Exactly.
Yeah, don't do it, guys. I mean, come on, guys. We all had this conversation. I always say this. When everybody was getting jobs and Cam couldn't get a job, I was pissed off. This guy got a job. And then all of a sudden, here comes Cam back to Carolina where it all started. And I'm pretty sure y'all didn't see many of the games.
Nope.
But it was kind of hard to watch, guys, because again, I remember Cam being Cam. So before Giant fans get excited, you know, let that ship sail, please. Take it from me. I watched all the games. It was hard to watch, guys. Seriously.
Right.
Felt bad. I did. He was taking Sam Darnold's place. I'm like, boy, did I see this movie a couple of times. I'm a Jet
Exactly.
Watch Carolina. This movie ain't gonna end well.
Exactly.
And you know what? The Panthers are not in the Giants boat. You know, the Panthers are always going to be a good defensive team.
Right.
They always play defense. They draft well on defense. Their offense has always been shady. And they thought it would be a bolt bringing Cam back. And, yeah, move on from that. If any Giants there is thinking, no, please don't do it.
Hey, Dom, let me ask you a question. Do you think it was a mistake for Carolina to keep head coach Matt Rule?
No, not at all. Because, again, they went through 3 quarterbacks, losing McCaffrey, and all the wheels didn't come off the bus till maybe week 12, week 13, when they were totally out of it, maybe, possibly, you know. So, no, he's a pretty good coach because, again, he inherited a great defense. So if they could just fix their offense, and their offense was a problem under Rivera, you know, they've always You know, their best thing they had was Cam and McCaffrey. And then, you know, the wheels came off of Cam, and then McCaffrey kept getting hurt. But their defense always kept them in the game.
For sure.
You know, so I wouldn't, on that note, and I'm not a Carolina fan, I just happen to watch it.
Okay.
So he kept that team, you know, at least near the water where they didn't go totally south like the Jets, the Giants, the Texans. No, they was competitive.
Okay.
Out of their games, just they didn't have a lot of talent, which made it even nicer for him. You know, you're dealing with a half-empty deck, and your team is still,
you're still competitive or whatnot.
Yeah, and then again, here comes Darnold was playing pretty good in the beginning of the year. He got hurt. They bring Cam in, and Cam and this other guy in the back of Darnold, so it was a total. And again, their offense is never that good, so you add all of that, you know, fuckery to their offense. This dude was lucky to have the record they had, man, to be quite honest.
Right.
Yeah. So give him a break.
Okay.
I'll give him a pass for now. And again, on a team like Carolina, he may get a pass for a few years. Because they all know the holes. You know, it's just trying to fill them. Will they even bring Darnold back? I don't know. I don't know what his contract is like. I know they ain't bringing Cam back.
Nah, they're not going to bring him back. That's done. I think his career is done.
I think the worst thing they did, guys, and I didn't understand it at the time, when they let Bridgewater walk and got Darnold.
Yeah.
Not for the life of understand that. I mean,
that was it. It was done. It was a done deal.
I can't even tell you how Bridgewater worked out this year. Did he play a whole season? Don't he play for Denver?
Yep.
They didn't go nowhere, did they?
No, they didn't.
Carolina may have had the same record.
Right.
But I thought that was like really confusing. Did you deny him? And I'm like, okay, maybe he's going to be the heir apparent to Cam. And then you get rid of him. Then you get Darnold. And he gets hurt. And here comes Cam. I'm like, whoa, this is weird.
Yep.
It's really weird. But that being said, he's a good coach. He'll survive again because of the makeup of that team. And of course, it's not the Giants. He's not in no, major market. People in Charlotte, they'll have patience with him like they do the Hornets. So you hope you catch lightning in a bottle again. I mean, guys, it wasn't like 100 years ago. The Panthers were. Well, they've always been competitive.
They have been. Always.
Super Bowl. Cam was MVP. And it was slowly but surely after that, and they did all of this, guys, with little to no offense. Cam Newton was their offense.
Yep.
Let's keep it real. He was their offense. And they'll be fine. Again, they're not in a major market, so they don't have the pressure of a lot of other teams. Why don't Mark go? He working.
I told you Mark is a little under the weather. His voice is messed up. You already know the deal. You know what I'm saying? So he said Rule is mediocre. They ruined McCaffrey and paying him. Darnold was mediocre. Their defense has lost steps. They are mediocre. I think he's trying to say they're mediocre.
Yeah.
They're either 9-win team or 7-10.
And you know what? In the position they're in, I'm not going to say that's not bad, but how many games did the Giants win? 3?
4.
Yeah, 4? I mean, really? And again, and have it a little easier.
Right.
Great South, where we don't apply a lot of pressure. As long as UNC and Duke are playing well, we don't give a shit about what's happening in the world.
Basically.
That's true. That's true.
You got that right. You damn sure ain't lying.
Because UNC hasn't been that. Actually, their football team has been better than their basketball team.
Who?
Ain't that something? UNC.
Really?
Yes.
Shocking.
Yes.
Shocking.
Yeah.
I can't even believe that.
Yeah, they haven't. UNC's basketball team has been going under the last couple of years.
Wow. I'm shocked at that. Because usually their football team is straight trash.
Yeah. But then again, guys, they're in the ACC.
True.
Clemson has fell off. Clemson got away with shit for a long time. But then NC State started getting better. UNC started better. Duke even started getting better.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden, where's Clemson?
That's right.
Where's that coach? Doing doing what's the guy's name in jail? Suge Knight. When they won the champion. You want to come to a team where your coach ain't all of
Yeah.
What happened?
Right.
What happened after that?
Bring your ass down to Clemson.
Yeah.
Yep.
What happened after that? The ACC got a little better.
Right.
You don't hear about Clemson and basketball in the ACC, do you?
Mm-hmm.
No. Hell no.
No.
Nope.
But in football, they was reigning supreme.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's got a little better.
Exactly.
Ask Syracuse what it's like to come to the ACC.
Hmm.
They should have kept their ass in the Big East.
Yep.
Hell, you got that shit right.
They took the money, and they ain't never been the same.
Oh man.
I'm just saying, guys. I watch all the ACC games.
I feel you.
Syracuse from the Big East.
Yep.
What happened to them when they left the Big East? Whoa.
Nothing good.
Class of Notre Dame, man. It's crazy.
No, like I said, nothing good. That's for damn sure.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
In basketball, you got Florida State, Duke, UNC, North Carolina State, and then here comes Syracuse. Like, oh, we're the big boys from the Big East, man. Y'all ain't been to the same y'all touch ground in the ACC.
That's true.
It's
true.
It's different, man. Basketball is different in these neck of the woods. But then, like I said, here comes NC State, Duke, UNC, and football.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said a minute ago, where'd Clemson go? You want to be all up in that video? I don't think so. Not anymore.
The times have changed and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The times have changed, bro.
Yes, sir. It's funny.
You know what I mean?
Like before, you would think, okay, would I ever draft a quarterback out of ACC?
Rather Duke.
Yeah, or Duke. Anybody in the ACC, you never thought about that with football.
Nope.
Never.
I mean, unfortunately, I think Danny Dimes is a product of the ACC, ain't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That's
Maybe
you may not draft one again.
Yeah, maybe it was a year or two too early.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
To the Giants,
It's great.
Always.
Let me ask you a question. Because I'm not going to put Chicago Bears in it because that'd be too easy. But who has the better coaching opportunity? Minnesota or the Giants?
Minnesota.
Yeah.
I thought you was going to say Chicago.
No, I'm not even gonna put Chicago out there. I should have put Chicago, but that between Minnesota and Chicago, everybody would pick Chicago over Minnesota. I think.
I don't know. I think.
Really? You think?
I might give Minnesota an edge, or leave it as a push. Because as much as you don't like Kirk Cousins, he'll keep you in the game.
Yeah. He'll just blow it at the last minute.
What the hell is
Right.
I mean, you live by the sword, you die by the sword with Kirk Cousins.
That's what I'm saying. He'll keep you in the game, but he'll blow it the last like 3-4 minutes in the fourth quarter.
Quarterback. It seemed like that shit changed every week. I don't know. I'm just asking. Not being facetious.
Wait, who do you want to know?
No. Who's the guy they drafted? The young black guy.
Where in Chicago?
Yeah.
Oh,
what's his name? Fields.
Yeah.
Fields.
Yeah.
What happened to him? Has he hit the field or did he go under the field? I don't know.
I mean, he played.
He got Soldier Field. That's about it.
Yeah. Know the name of the stadium, but
he played. But they was playing Foles and another experienced quarterback. What's his name? What's the guy that I hated? Andy Dalton.
Yeah, that's right. He played the last few games.
Yeah. I couldn't stand it. Look at him.
Why? Because he's redheaded?
No, because he was a bum. Period, man. Not because he was redheaded. And I will. You know what? You're partly correct because they gave the guy what was that stupid ass nickname? The Red River Rifle or whatever. It was some dumb shit like that. And I was like, what? I said, who the hell is it? And why you give him a name like that? That shit is whack. And he was whack as
he was whack too. So it was a whack name or a whack player.
Watch the Jets and Giants.
Huh?
Do you guys just watch the Jets and Giants on Sunday? Do y'all have Red Zone?
I have Red Zone.
I have it, but I don't really.
Yeah, I have Red Zone, but I like to laugh at these teams.
Yeah.
So I do watch the Jets and the Giants because it's comedy to me.
I usually get the comments in the group first. Oh, the Giants are getting killed. Then I'll flip it on.
If I don't watch Red Zone, of course I got to see the Panthers.
Okay.
The national game is 9 out of 10. Went from New England to Tampa, or
yeah.
Somebody on the East Coast. It changes. The East teams change normally on a Sunday. So I'm either stuck with watching the Panthers or watching Red Zone. And I'm not a big football fan. I just try to make it till 2:30.
I feel you.
Sleep.
Oh, so you can watch Power.
Yeah. I pan out and watch that while I'm watching the game. But you know what's good though with Red Zone is, again, I'm not a big fan. So I get to see all the touchdowns. That's it.
Right.
That's the big thing.
Right.
If I miss a touchdown.
So that means that the Giants aren't on Red Zone.
Nah.
You know
they're just showing touchdowns.
Yeah, it's weird you say that, Dave. Between the Jets and the Giants, I don't see them often. They ain't hardly in the Red Zone.
Yeah, giving up touchdowns.
Hell yeah.
Remember, you have to be in the Red Zone.
Right.
Y'all are killing me, I swear, man. Y'all are cracking me up tonight, man. You know what I mean? But I tell you, I don't know, man. We're gonna see how this weekend works out. With I was gonna do a quick review, but I think I'm gonna end this because you guys aren't big NFL.
I just want to see Dallas lose.
Yeah.
I think you and many others out there want to see the same thing. You know, well, they're playing who? Philadelphia?
They're playing on the Niners.
Oh, are they?
Are they?
Yeah.
Let me see. Give me 1 second.
I thought they were playing Philly.
That's what I thought, but no, he's right. I think he's right. Yeah, I think he's right. Mm-hmm.
I don't even know, but they were hyping because that's the big game, the Sunday game, right?
You're right. They are playing the 49ers.
Who the Eagles playing?
Oh, now that's something I gotta give me a second.
Yeah,
the Eagles, they're playing Tampa Bay.
They are playing Tampa Bay. Okay.
They are playing.
All right.
The game that I'm worried about is tomorrow at 8:15. New England going at Buffalo.
Yeah. We do have something to talk about. That might be the best game, Mark.
That might be. You know what I'm saying? Because my thing is like Buffalo, they've been up and down, and Belichick lives for these type of moments on the road. I don't think the weather will affect them if it's inclement weather. You understand? Because New England's already used to playing in the inclement weather, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it all depends on this quarterback. You know what I'm saying? And how he plays. So hopefully he can be in that frame of mind where he's not making mistakes. He's not making boneheaded decisions. Yeah, because Belichick and the defense will take advantage of that, and they'll walk out of enemy territory with a win.
Yeah,
so that's on where I'm a Buffalo fan. Yeah, and they run because we've seen what happened the last time with that game. Was it Sunday night or Monday night a few weeks ago?
Yeah.
Rushing.
Yeah.
But they were saying, and I don't really follow, but they were saying the wind was the big factor in that game. But then when they played again,
but
then they have.
Might be talking inclement weather, so it might be the same ground and pound type affair this time.
Yeah. It just could be.
They said it's going to be cold, but they didn't think it was going to be windy like that.
Okay, well, I'm hoping it's not windy like that because, if it's on the ground again.
This is how I treat the NFL playoffs before we go. Whoever's the underdog, that's who I'm going for. Because I don't have no nickel and dimes.
Yeah.
Got you.
I just say,
you know who I really like to win? Out of all the teams, there's only one team I really want to see win. That's the Raiders.
Who?
I was about to say the Raiders. I got
Raiders.
So
Yeah,
a former classmate of mine, son plays for the Cardinals.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
he's a defensive back, Jalen Thompson.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's
Well, they-
number 34.
Mm.
Yeah, he's
Well,
his father I went to high school with his father.
Okay. Okay.
I have him on Facebook. That's how I know.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't hate the Cowboys. I just don't like their fan base
Yeah.
no.
because the problem that I have with them. I mean, every team has a fan base, but
Mm-hmm.
theirs just they act like you know they every time they win a game, it's like
Mm-hmm.
all over the timeline. You know, they come out of the woodwork. And then when they lose, you don't see it.
You don't hear Jack.
Yeah. So that's why. But you know, the Cowboys themselves, I don't have an issue with them. I
Mhm.
mean, I back in the days, you know, I was a big Pittsburgh fan. So
Right.
you know, it was Steelers Cowboys. So naturally, I went for you know the Steelers.
Exactly.
And I didn't mind the you know the Aikman, Emmett, you know Smith, those teams in the 90s,
Mhm.
you know. But it's just now they're just the fan base is obnoxious to me. So
Exactly.
so just get them out of there so we can you know so I won't have to hear you know how about them
Mhm.
Cowboys and
They're
you know,
playing,
them boys and all that stuff.
they're playing the 49ers.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Hmm. That's
So
a that's a
that's gonna
nice
be
little matchup. That's a
gonna
nice
be
little
yeah.
matchup. Nice little matchup. I personally, you David, you hit it right on the head. Fan bases. That's very
Yeah.
important. I have a hatred for a certain one. I hope Pittsburgh cleans their clock. I would love to see Big Ben do your job. Put on the performance of a lifetime against that team, Kansas City.
Kansas
Hey,
City.
yeah.
We're gonna have to get to the bottom of what happened to R in Kansas City because
I don't know.
that's another show.
I don't know if y'all
I-
seen. Matter of fact, that was the game. That was one of the game of the weeks last week. Pittsburgh and
Yes.
and Roethlisberger. Every time I saw him drop back, I was like,
I know.
he's
It's
like
gone.
2 years removed from
Yeah.
I know. It's
being
gone.
Uncle Ben, let alone Ben Roethlisberger.
It's gone.
Guys.
But I'm just hoping. I'm praying for one last miracle.
Yeah, well, that
know what
would
I'm
be a
saying?
miracle. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
But,
praying.
you know, like I said, any given Sunday.
Yep.
Yeah, but
exactly.
I'm rooting for them because they're the underdog. I'm going to
Yeah.
root for them because
Yeah.
they're the underdog.
Big time. They're the big
And
time underdogs.
We'll see what happens. Isn't this the first year they're playing a Monday night game?
Yeah, this is the first time in
Playoffs.
history. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, wild card on a Monday.
Exactly.
NFL knows how to make that money, boy.
They sure
got
do.
Yeah,
That's-
and they will never stop knowing how.
That's
know?
right, and I guarantee you they're going to talk to you about MLK too.
Yep.
You know,
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
Saturday,
They're gonna push it.
Yeah.
Push the envelope.
right.
They're gonna push that narrative. You already know.
Huh?
Guys,
All right.
it's been great. Thanks, Dom. Thanks, Dave. Thanks, Dwayne. Shout out everybody. Big Mark.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Mark Cunningham, aka Max 611.
Mark, go
Thanks
to
for
bed.
being. Yeah. Go to
Take your ass
bed.
to bed.
Feel better. Feel better, brother.
Yeah, feel better.
All right. Thanks, Ronan Black, and other people that tuned in. Appreciate. Love you guys.
All right.
Until next time. Thank you very much.
Peace.
Dave.
All right. Peace.